Here we have the Orbic Journey 5 by Verizon, the dumbest dumb phone that you can currently get through Verizon. This phone will be of interest to anybody who likes the old flip phone format and who doesn't want to use a smartphone. It's available only through Verizon, and you have to either switch to another line or use this as a replacement for an existing line. I was just fortunate that I was been scanning eBay, and the first one that came up I was able to snag it. So let's dive in and see what you get. Comes in this nice box you see compared to my hand. It's a little bit larger than a lot of the flip phones in the day were, but it's still pretty cool. It looks a lot like the Kyocera phones. In fact, the Dura XE that a coworker of mine has, it has just basically identical keypad and identical screen. It's just this doesn't have the weatherproof shell around it. So you open it up. It is a used phone, but slightly so. And you see we have a nice slim profile. Phone opens up, and you see we've got nice keypad on there. And before we start it or turn it on, he's right here as a cutout, and we'll go ahead and pop the back off. And it contains a dinky little battery. From what I read, it only handles about 7 hours of standby time, 420 minutes. So it could use a lot bigger battery. I'm hoping that maybe in time the manufacturers will pony up and do like they do for the Samsung S4, LG V20, any phone with a removable battery. Usually manufacturer will come out with a replacement back that's deeper so you can put in a bigger phone. Or excuse me, put in a bigger battery. Here we have, doesn't show up really well in here, but we've got I think it's a micro B port. It's not the USB-C for charging, so it's got a bit of the older standard. And inside we've got a place for the SIM card, and we've got a place for the SD micro card. From what I read, will handle up to 128 gigabyte cards. Whatever in the world you'd need that much space on this phone, I do not know. Anyways, there's the battery. It is a BTE 1400 phone and battery, and it's got 1400 milliamp hours inside. So storage. So let's power this thing on. We've got a Verizon logo there and a headphone jack there. So in here we've got the power button and the hang up button, so we'll go ahead and turn it on. While it's doing that, let's dive into the box. Inside you'll find it's got the charging cord with that, I think it's the micro B end on it. That's what the battery came in. And then it's got a plug-in wall charger, and it's got, I don't think these is even out of the box yet, product warranty information and instruction documents. So anyways, the phone is now booted up. So let's go over some of the settings here in the phone. Let me re-aim my camera here. There we go. You see it's pretty much got the exact same layout as my coworker's Kyocera Dura XE. So either the phones are maybe made by the same parent company or they share the same operating system. But we have in the lineup here, let's back up, call history, message, contacts, Gallery, Media Center, Verizon apps, browser notifications, tools, and settings. And yes, it does have a browser in it. Very primitive. I actually tried to watch a YouTube video on it. It worked, but you really got to squint. And you see we've got buttons here that correspond to choices on the screen. There is no touch menu. Just like the old flip phones, you had to control everything with the buttons. So we can go here to call history. We've got missed calls, received calls, dialed calls, and all calls. Since there's no SIM card in this phone, none of those things will work. We've got our text messaging interface. It says no conversations. It has an options menu for new message, and there's settings in there. It says storage, text message, multimedia message, notifications, and signature settings. And then yet there's even more options. So we'll just back out of that and we'll go to contacts. Pretty self-explanatory. It's got all kinds of settings in here. Check your balance, data, minutes, payments, warranty center, voicemail, and Verizon roadside assistance, I think I saw. And then going down here, Verizon apps. Now that does not work, and it says My Verizon and Cloud. Neither of those settings will do anything until I have a SIM card installed. And we'll go over here to Media Center. It's got camera. So let's go ahead and go to the camera. And we just have nothing but a wall back there, but I can take this pencil and my hand. And you know, it's doable, but it is definitely not a megapixel camera like you find on a modern smartphone. It's just as good as a flip phone camera ever was. It's got a gallery, take picture, it's got options in there, so it's got a self timer, auto review, shutter sound if you want, storage, size. So we'll go ahead and back up. And we've got music player. I do believe it can play MP3s. It's got a file manager and a sound recorder. Let's try the sound recorder and just see what that's like. We'll select sound recorder, record, and we'll go, "Hi, I'm reviewing the Orbic Journey 5 from Verizon." So let's go ahead and stop that. It says voice data recorded. And let's go ahead and find the list and play it. "Hi, I'm reviewing the Orbic Journey 5 from Verizon." Okay. So there's that. I don't want that on the phone anymore, so let's back up, go to the list, options, and see if there's a delete option in here. Edit, go to SD card. I do not see that. Oh, there's delete over there. I'll just delete this. Yes. I've never used this phone before, and so I'm just going through it. It's pretty self-explanatory, just following all the different little buttons and areas. Plus, I grew up with a flip phone, so I kind of already have a grasp on the idea of how to run it. No files in the gallery currently, but if we took a picture with it, it would be in there. And then we'll go down here to the browser. Now, it has a little Android error message because I don't have the Wi-Fi password put in at the moment. And I'm not sure where that is at. Oh, probably in Tools and Settings. So we have a notifications. It says no SIM found, connect to open, Wi-Fi, but that's the printer, so we don't want to do that. Tools and Settings, and we've got Tools, which includes calculator, calendar, alarm, timer, stopwatch, world clock, notepad, and that's it for that. Let's go to Settings, wireless networks, accessibility, sound settings, display settings, phone settings, call settings, about phone, and software update. So if I go to networks, Wi-Fi, and I should be able to just put in password. And let me just take the phone off of here momentarily. Okay, now we've got our internet access. You can forget the network or modify it. Let's back up then. And it says Wi-Fi has no internet access. Well, I disagree. I think it does. So there's tethering, mobile hotspots, cellular networks, emergency alerts. We can back up. And let's do sound settings. So we've got the volume. Here we go. We got our ringtones. So let's go listen to everything now. So you can pick any one of them. We've got vibration patterns. You can feel it in the phone. It does have a little vibrate in it. Notification sound you can pick. Okay, so that was all the sounds, and then alarm. Keypad volume level, keypad tone, vibrate on key press, battery charging tone, and when the battery's charged, there's a tone and emergency tone. So all in all, I'd say that it's a good phone for seniors, anyone who loves a flip phone, or anybody that just does not want a smartphone. Well, let's go to the browser. And you can see we have Google. There is no touchscreen capability, so we have to control it through the keypad. Got the arrow in there, click. And you should be able to click in the box, and you can see I've been to Google Maps and been to YouTube. So it's always a kick to go to a YouTube video, and as I go up and down, a little box over here, it highlights and tells me that I've been to that before. Anyway, there's YouTube. And so as I move the button, move things around, I can select YouTube. And sure enough, there is a video right there. What is it? Montez Sweet defends name. There's something with Willie Nelson and Ray Charles in it. So let's just watch that, see what it's like. Willie Nelson, 7 Spanish Angels.
It's iPhone season, it's Sprint.
Of course, we have to wait for the ad.
iPhone 11 Pro with amazing all-new camera systems. And now you can get iPhone 11 for
$0 a month when you trade in your iPhone 7 or newer in any condition.
It's wonderful.
Yo, let's do 7 Spanish Angels. This is a song that Ray Charles brought down to the studio a few weeks ago and let me sing with him on it. And it's going to be a phonograph record pretty soon, right?
You're right.
And we'd like to do it for you.
And that's all of that. I don't want to get a copyright strike against me. Anyways, that's my homespun review of the Orbic Journey 5 phone. When I was looking for a review, nobody had one. And I guess it's me. So if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. I think before closing, I'm going to go over here to About Phone, and let's see what it says. I think it was in Settings, number 7. It's got my phone number, status, network, hardware, information, software. So let's check hardware. It says model number RC2200L, hardware version 1.1. It's got my Wi-Fi MAC address, Bluetooth address, serial number, and that's it for that section. Software information says baseband version, MPSS.JO. with a bunch of numbers, kernel version, and SW build number. So there you go, the Orbic Journey V or Orbic Journey 5 from Verizon. If you want a flip phone, it's about your only option. Basic phone, but it works pretty good. Enjoy.